Raider Nation, what's going on? Coming up on the Raiders Report, are we going to draft Rashan Gary at pick 4? Is Derek Carr going to be the quarterback of the Raiders in 2019? Because guess what? More Derek Carr trade rumors. And coming up later on the show, Ha Ha Clinton Dix. Is he going to be a Raider? Who else loves Clinton Dix? First rumor coming up here on the board. The Raiders are homeless. This one's for Chucky heads, believe it, baby. And I just want to start off by saying I apologize for coming out and saying that the Raiders are going to play at Oracle Park, because guess what? The news dropped that they were actually going to do that, and I think the Raiders just, well, were a little bit premature, because I don't really think that they expected that the 49ers would decline their territory rights, because I think it's funny when I think about geographic location. The Oakland Coliseum is closer to Levi Stadium than Oracle Park is. I don't know. I just don't get it. But the Raiders, as of now, still do not know where they're going to play. And according to Ian Rappaport, they're either going to play at the Oakland Coliseum or Levi Stadium at this time. So I want to know from everybody watching, where are the Raiders going to play in 2019? It's still something that we're going to be talking about. I want you to type L for Levi Stadium or type O for Oakland. Hit me up on IG or Twitter at Mitchell Renz 365 while you're at it. I want to give a shout out to Raider Nation because I absolutely love y'all. This one's from King Isaiah 13, hashtag Raiders. What do you think about this, Mitch? Number 4, Mitchell Renz in the draft. Number 24, Tom Downey. And number 27, Bet the SI. King Isaiah, I can appreciate that you're a watcher, a loyal watcher. Shout out to you. Absolutely love that mock draft. This next one's coming in from Raul. What's up, my man? Mitchell Renz, shout me out. Raul! Love your videos. Raul, much appreciated, but I always tell people to get a picture, so my new thing I'm going to start doing, if y'all don't have a picture, I'm going to type your name in on Google, and whatever comes up, bang, some dude at a bike. Is that you? If that's a Huffy, I like it. I'm digging the bike. And, you know, I think everybody who's watching, make sure you guys subscribe below to youtube.com/Raiders Report, and then interact with me on Instagram and Twitter at Mitchell Renz 365. If you want to get on the show, make sure you guys subscribe. youtube.com/Raiders Report and turn on your YouTube notifications. First people who respond to my videos, you get and put on the Raiders Report. All right, let's hide in now to my next rumor. Number 2 here is around one of the teasers, Rashan Gary. And is Rashan Gary going to be an interesting pick for the Raiders? Potentially, right? Could the Raiders be targeting him in the draft at pick 4? I'm giving this one 2 Chucky heads, and people are talking. And the dude that's talking is actually one of my good friends, Thor from NBC. And Thor, if you're watching this, beer's on me at first round. Now, he has the Raiders selecting Michigan edge rusher Rashan Gary. The reasoning behind it is he's looking at the upside of what Rashan Gary could have. And sure, he was limited with an injury this past year, but he is, I think, going to test really, really well at the combine. And when you look at what this guy could potentially do on paper, it's special. Like, the upside is there. Heck, he was the #1 high school recruit at a time. And at 6'5", 287, fully healthy, if he blows up the combine, his draft stock's going to keep going up. Now, I don't know necessarily if he should be the number 4 pick. I'm not saying I disrespect you, Thor, but at the end of the day, I don't really know if I want the Raiders taking Rashan Gary at pick 4, because when I look at what he did at 2018, we've been saying, oh my gosh, Rashan Gary could be this, he could be that. Well, at a certain point, you got to back it up. I mean, seriously, 38 tackles is okay. 6.5 tackles for a loss, 3.5 sacks. They're okay numbers. And when you look at what he did his entire career at Michigan, 119 tackles, 23 tackles for a loss, 9.5 sacks, and 1 forced fumble. I think the fact that those are his numbers, Rashan Gary's upside is special. I will not deny that. But again, at the end of the day, I need to see it on the field. Upside only gets you so far. So let's say the Raiders do go and they draft Rashan Gary. This is what their defensive line would look like. Insert Rashan Gary. He's going to be on the defensive end with Arden Key. On the other side, Mo Hurst, another Michigan guy there. And then Jonathan Hankins. We need, at the end of the day, need to be able to get after the quarterback. Only 13 sacks last year, ranked dead last. Maybe Rashan Gary can boost that number. So the upside around Gary is what a lot of people are talking about in the draft world. And is Rashan Gary worthy of a top 5 pick? I want to know from you. I want you to type 1 for yes, type 2 for no. Anywhere that you see this video, YouTube, Facebook, 1 for yes, 2 for no. Is Rashan Gary worth a top 5 pick? I can guarantee something that's worth your time. Go to Bet the SI, chatsports.com/bet, and using that promo code LIVE120 for a 120% deposit bonus. You want a free NFL jersey? Well, guess what? Listen up. Sign up and deposit with MasterCard or Bitcoin, and then DM Chat Sports on Twitter at Chat Sports, and we're going to hook you up with a free NFL jersey. And oh, wait, there's more. Use Bitcoin, get a 150% deposit bonus. You put down $100, you're going to get $150 for free. If you don't know what Bitcoin is, hit me up on IG or Twitter at Mitchell Renz 365. I'm going to walk you through the process. Next rumor here is around a Derek Carr to the Giants trade rumor. And guys, I get it. I read all the comments. I sit there, I see what you guys are doing, what you guys are typing, and I understand you're sick and tired of the Derek Carr trade rumors. You're sick and tired of the Derek Carr anything rumors. Here's the thing, though. As long as major publications keep pumping them out, guess what? You're going to definitely see them on my show. Here's an interesting one. Derek Carr to the Giants. I'll get to it. This one's only one chucky head, and I think it's a small shred of truth, and I'm going to give it like 1% chance of happening. And my favorite thing is like when people take old quotes or old tweets from months in the past, and then they turn them into a story. So somebody from 24/7 Sports dug up an old tweet from Jason Lockenforda back in October, okay? This tweet is literally from back in October, and it states that Derek Carr to the Giants he believes that Derek Carr is going to be traded to the Giants at the NFL Combine. How often do trades happen at the NFL Combine, for one? I'm just kind of curious about that. And then Lockenforda, goes into detail, again, back in October, that this would be the trade that would be proposed. It'd be the Giants' first pick, and then Derek Carr would go to the Giants, right? So the Raiders received the first-round pick, which would be right now the Giants' 6th overall, and I don't really think that I would necessarily do that because, well, the Raiders just paid Derek Carr all this money. So if you see this rumor floating out there, it's an old tweet. Don't overreact. And if you get mad at me for putting on the show, guess what? Tough shit. All right, is Derek Carr a franchise quarterback? I see it, again, in the comments everywhere, and I love the arguments that you guys get into because there is pro-Derek Carr, and then there's team against Derek Carr. So I want to know from everybody watching, is Derek Carr a franchise quarterback? When you type Y for yes, type N for no. Be an overachiever. DM me on Instagram or Twitter what a franchise quarterback is. Can you do that? Let's see it. All right, my top headline, so if you're watching it right now, you ready? Derek Carr, is he going to be the quarterback for the Raiders in 2019? Well, there's obviously a lot of rumors around it, okay? A lot of rumors around Derek Carr and whether or not he's going to be cut, traded, yada, yada, yada. This one's 3 chucky heads, though, and I think it's pretty likely. And in fact, if I could give it 3.9 chucky heads, I probably would have done it because with Carr's salary officially becoming guaranteed Wednesday afternoon, it appears to me that the Raiders are trusting him to run the offense once again. Now, of course, this could change over the coming months if Gruden receives, let's say, a huge trade offer, but letting the salary become guaranteed makes it almost certain that Carr is going to be under center at the start of the regular season. And at only 27 years old, the second-round pick from 2014, dude, like, he has so many records already for the Oakland Raiders. I mean, Raiders passing touchdown leaders. Derek Carr's up there with 122, and I expect him to pass Darryl LaMonica, and I don't know if he'll pass Ken Stabler this year, but it's definitely a possibility. If he throws for 33, career high, he is the all-time Raiders passing touchdown leader. But then we got yards, and I understand it's a different era in football, but Derek Carr's got 18,739 yards, and people are hating on this dude, and you could argue he's one of the best Raiders quarterbacks. You guys want to go back to Jamarcus Russell? No, didn't think so. So, I want to know from everybody watching right now, will Derek Carr retire a Raider? Okay? Will he retire a Raiders? Would type A for yes or type B for no. If you want to know what I honestly think, hit me up on IG and Twitter at Mitchell Renz 365. I love Derek Carr in a Raiders jersey, and maybe you guys like what I'm wearing now. Go to comfortable.af to see for yourself. Mizzen+Main, they're hooking up all the dudes here at Chat Sports. So I'm telling the guys watching right now, chicks dig these shirts. I'm telling you, go to comfortable.af. Impossible to get wrinkly. You can wear them to the gym, wear them to work. I would do a jumping jack in them, but I think my suit coat would definitely rip. So go to comfortable.af. Thanks, shout out to Mizzen+Main for making us look here, I think, pretty damn good. Next rumor up here on the board is around Devin Funchess. And are the Raiders going to be targeting the 24-year-old wide receiver in free agency? I'm going to give this one chucky head, and I just think it's a small shred of truth. And why am I saying that? Because, well, I just don't really think Devin Funchess is all that good. And is he even a wide receiver? Man, like, I don't even know at this point. I think he could be a tight end. And he's a big receiver at 6'4", 225 pounds, and he could be a red zone target for Derek Carr. I get that. Now, he's never had a 1,000-yard receiving season, but again, I can point the finger at multiple different things, right? You can point the finger at the Carolina Panthers offense. You can point the finger at Cam Newton's, I'll say, ability to throw the ball down the field or intermediate routes. And when I look at his 2018 stats, 79 targets, 44 catches, 549 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And I don't want to blame Devin Funchess' bad season in 2018 on him because, let's face it, Cam Newton, not fully healthy. offense ran through Christian McCaffrey. But when I look at what he did in 2017, if I could get 2017 version of Devin Funchess for a cheap price at age only 24, maybe I'd give it 2 Chucky heads then, because he had 63 catches, 840 yards, and 8 touchdowns. He's a big receiver, but at the end of the day, I want a receiver who is fast. And we've seen Mike Mayock say that he wants to add a receiver with speed to be able to stretch the field. Unfortunately, Devin Funchess is not a field stretcher, and I think what they have right now in Marcel Aitman, he's a big body receiver. Jordy Nelson, not a field stretcher. I just don't really think that it fits what Mike Mayock is saying that they actually need, so that's why it's only 1 Chucky head for me. All right, I got a question because I put this in the community tab yesterday, and I want to know, did you turn your notifications on? And why am I asking this? Because, well, right away when people, I appreciate when people comment on my videos right away. It just shows that you guys are, interacting with me. It shows that you guys are just waiting for that to drop, and I really appreciate it. So I want to know from you, did you turn your notifications on? Type Y for yes, type N for no. And again, like I said, when I drop a video, if you comment on it first, good chance you're going to be on the Raiders Report. And again, I asked everyone, did you hit the notification bell? So these are some of my favorite responses that I saw in the notifications. Andrew Cohen, I know you watch the show all the time, so this is why I threw you in here. I hate all notifications. Nothing personal. I check it a few times a day. Don't worry. Still love you. LOL. Andrew, love you, my man. All right, Kiowa, hopefully I pronounced that right. Honestly, the best Raiders channel out there. Does that mean you turn your notifications on? I'm not quite sure. I'm just going to take that as a yes. This one is an interesting one from Adrian Braga. Some people actually have a real life. Got it. I will notificate, please notificate me, Mitchell, when I take a shit. Well, pictures prove everything, Adrian. All right, Devin, what's going on? I don't know. To be honest, I'll do it right now. I don't know. To be honest, I would really appreciate it if you did it right away. But, again, if you didn't give me a picture, Devin, when I typed in Devin Ewer, is that how you pronounce your last name? I'm not quite sure. This is what I found. Some dude standing in front of a black background with what looks to be a sign trying to sell something. So, I don't know. Change your picture. That's all I'm saying. All right, let's head into my last rumor here with one that I teased, and it is Clinton Dix to the Raiders. Who else loves Clinton Dix? Monica? Yeah, I think so. 2 Chucky heads. People are talking, and I like the idea of Ha Ha Clinton Dix because he's a really young, talented player, and at 26 years old, well, he's going to be a free agent in 2019, and let's face it, he just didn't have, I think, as good of a year as what he was hoping for, and I think when I saw this dude play before, I mean, former first-round pick, Pro Bowl safety, and then he went to the Redskins, and everything just kind of, well, fell apart. Michael Gilchrist is going to be 30 years old and a free agent. I don't really necessarily think that they should bring him back. If we could get a Ha Ha Clinton Dix, that's something that I would absolutely love. And another player who I think is interesting is Carl Joseph. Carl Joseph, again, if they release him, it's going to be $4 million against the cap. And I think when I saw Carl Joseph really mature a lot last season, especially down the end of the stretch, now he's never lived up to his 2016 draft stock. But again, Ha Ha Clinton Dix, Carl Joseph, I would like that a lot more than Gilchrist and Carl Joseph. When I look to see what he did in 2018, yeah, I guess I'll say it's a little bit to laugh about. It's a shitty pun, but guess what? That's what's going to happen once in a while. 78 tackles, 6 pass breakups, 3 interceptions, and a sack. But when I look at his entire career stats, okay, I think he's a solid ball hawk. 363 tackles, 22 pass breakups, 11 picks, and 5 sacks. I like Ha Ha Clinton Dix. I really do, and I think him in silver and black, just saying, that would get a rise out of me. Should the Raiders target Ha Ha Clinton Dix in free agents? I want you to type 1 for yes or type 0 for no. If you want to know what I think, the realistic chance of getting Ha Ha Clinton Dix in silver and black, hit me up on IG or Twitter at Mitchell Renz 365. But again, show's not about me. Ha Ha Clinton Dix to the Raiders, 1 for yes, 0 for no. Raider Nation, what's going on? Is this the #1 Raiders channel on YouTube? For Chucky heads, believe it, baby. And if you haven't already, subscribe right here. I'm giving you Chucky heads, news, rumors, Raider Nation rumors. And look at this, I'm making your life easier. Check out my next video. Thanks for watching, and go Raiders.